Greetings, geeks and geekerellas. It is me, I'm Bippity Boppity back. And we are here once again to talk about Legends. Oh boy, I love this show. It's so ridiculous, but I still love it. Honestly, this week there was one thing that I had kind of a problem with, but that character in general has been kind of problematic. And no, it's not Gary. I love Gary. But without getting into more specifics, here's your spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the episode, please go see it. I really liked it. And then let me know what you think in the comments down below. Alright, let's get into this. So, this episode, they start off by mixing technology with magic to make a device that can sense magic through the timeline. So, that's cool. And Sarah's about to tell the team that John didn't want to join. But then John is like, I'm here, but no costumes. And apparently he wanted to get paid. Because apparently pay is a big thing this episode. But anyway, so they go to investigate this case. Well, they sense that there's magic there. They don't know what's exactly going on. Which that's going to be an interesting angle this year if they don't know what's going on. They just know something's going on at this time, so let's go in and investigate. Unlike before, where it was like, oh, Abraham Lincoln is in the year 3030. We need to go investigate. No, they're like, something magical is happening this time, so let's go see. Which that leads to big shockers like this time, where they go in to the Salem Witch Trial era, and they think that it's a real witch, when really it's, as you can probably tell from my intro, a fairy godmother, like a legit real fairy godmother, who is attached to the woman who they thought was a witch's daughter. And apparently in this world, fairy godmothers are like physically linked to their host. Well, not host, but I forgot the term, the word for it. But anyway, if you send the fairy godmother to hell, the kid goes with them. So, the kid has to detach, but the kid's mom is being put on trial for a witch, so it's not that likely. The witch actually kicks all their butts. She even, John summons her to the ship, and she even takes away his mouth, and then turns Mick and Ray into pigs. But then, as they're doing that, they find out that the woman that they first initially thought was going to be a witch is still, in the original timeline, meant to be a witch and die. Not meant to be called a witch and die. So, that's not good. So Zari goes in to secretly try to stop it. Then Sarah follows her. And Zari goes dark. Like, I mean legit dark. Like, legit almost kills 5 people. Uses her air totem to take the air out of people's mouths, or air out of their bodies, and like choke them to death for lack of oxygen. And you're like, shit. Luckily, she stops herself. But you're like, fuck. Because apparently this is tied into her mother, because her mother was killed for no reason and it left her alone, so it really sparked something in Zari. But Zari learned the age-old question, the age-old thing, where you do something wrong, expect there to be consequences and backfire. So while she's shocked, they tie her up and take away her totem, saying that she's a witch too. So, yeah. Meanwhile, while that's going on, apparently the fairy godmother has something against humans because they sent her to hell in the first place. And also, apparently all of her charges, that's the word that I was looking for earlier, charge. All of her other charges were very selfish. Apparently even one asking for glass slippers. Wink wink. Nudge nudge. But by the way, the fairy godmother's played by, and if I get this wrong, I'm so sorry, but I believe her name's Jane Carr. She's actually a really famous character actress, known for playing kooky older women characters. But anyway, she wants vengeance, and so when the kid's lulled and the kid's on the ship and she's starting to warm up to the team, the fairy godmother shows her the thing of Sarah saying that the mother has to die as part of the timeline, so they're just like, no, fuck. And this is where the pig thing happens. It didn't happen before. My bad. But anyway, so she goes and attacks the team. Well, first what happens is Zari's actually burning at the stake. Sarah comes in, tries to stop it. They hold her. Almost burn her at the stake again for being a witch again. Because for those that don't remember, season 2 started with Sarah in Salem being burned for a witch for sleeping with a woman. But now she's a kept woman, so semi-kept, as she said. So none of that this time. But what does end up happening is fairy godmother comes in, stops everything, and Zari has a heartfelt speech with the daughter, and the daughter releases the fairy godmother as her charge. John binds her and then takes her out to the woods and says that he'll let her go if he can be her new charge. And she's like, fuck no. I know who you are, John Constantine, and I know what's coming for you. And even I'm scared of him. You'll face a fate worse than me. Which is like, who the hell is that? Knowing the DC universe, though, it could be anything. John sends her back to hell, and they basically pull a Helena Troy saying that you can live, but you can't live here with the lady. So that's what happens. Then there was the B plot, which was Nate fighting with his father because he's broke. And the dad's like, yeah, right, I know exactly why you're broke. But he's trying to come up with money. Like, he's got a credit card that expired in the 50s. And he's got, like, legit doubloons in his pocket. But, yeah, so Nate apparently had no place to go when he decided to stay and reconcile with his dad. So apparently he's staying at the Time Bureau. And now we get a subplot of Ava and Nate, which I never saw that coming, but I really liked it. It was basically Nate standing up to his dad and seeing Ava bond with Nate, which was pretty cool. And then Gary being just like his normal Gary self, trying to help but blowing up in his face. Like trying to prove that magic is real by showing him his dimple scar. Ow. Ow. I kind of bruised myself the other day. Sorry. I'm not just grabbing this area for inappropriate reasons. Anyway, he ends up showing his dad that magic is real, and he stands up to him and tells him all about being a legend, and the dad says, I'm proud of you. And that's how that ended. But the one thing, the issue that I had is, like I said, with the character, and that character is actually surprisingly Nate. I actually really do like Nate, unlike some people. Most specifically, my friend Mr. J of Mr. J's Reviews. But we can all have our own opinions, to each their own. But I actually like Nate, but I don't like the problem that comes with Nate. Is a lot of their things, it's like Flash with Wally. They don't know what to do with them, so they put them in different places. Also, they try to, also like Jean, last season on Supergirl, try to come up with ways for him not to be using his powers just because they don't want to deal with the budget. Like Nate I don't think Nate steeled up at all in the finale when they were facing a fucking demon. But here, he's like, how the hell am I going to prove to my dad that time travel and magic and all are real? Well, simple thing. Steal up. Just steal up in front of him and be like, boom. I'm a time traveling superhero. This is steel. I'm made of steel. I met Grandpa. He said hi. I actually met you when you were a kid. Remember that dude that helped you in the space program? Told you about your dad and why he couldn't be there? That was me. Instead of doing that, nope. He's got to try to pick up Pig Ray, which, by the way, he can speak pig for some fucking reason. Anyway, like he said, minus that one little problem, I actually really did like the episode. And Nate's staying behind at the Time Bureau, so that makes me think that they're slowly phasing out Nate. Though I have a feeling that when Maisie's new character comes along and looks a lot like Maya, Nate's going to be one to come back when he hears about that. But hopefully next time we do Legends, we will actually get to see one of the new characters, either Maisie's or the Alaska U. That's legit her name, the character's name. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this. Next time you'll see me will be for Black Lightning. But for watching. Till next time and beyond.